What's going on, you all? So today I want to talk to you all about rejection and living inside the bubble. Rejection is not always a bad thing. You got to look at it as a positive sometimes. I look at it as a positive all the time. You know, rejection builds a confidence up in me to where I'm able to sit up here and do more and take higher risks, in most cases. My younger brother used to always say, hey man, you able to sit up here and do things that you don't even care about what's going to be the loss of it. You can't worry about that when you've been a failure your whole life as far as doing a lot of different things. Now I took failure in my life as a positive. I took rejection in my life as a positive, and I carried myself to where I never had to sit up here and hold that burden over my head telling people, you don't understand this and that about me. I ain't meant to be understand to some people. I'm a creative mind. I'm a floating spirit. So it's like I'm not meant to be understand to some people. One thing about when you're dealing with rejection, it's a positive because you can look at it as if I've been rejected or denied from whether it's financial, whether it's from opportunities, job, relationship, dating, whatever. Look at it as it's something out there better for me, and I'm gonna make sure whatever's out there, I'm gonna make sure it's better for me. A rejection sometimes is a sign saying, hey, no, that's not for you. But guess what? A lot of people don't look at it that way because they're looking at it as, damn, that might hurt my ego if I get rejected. That might hurt my pride. You got to cancel all that out your head. That doesn't matter. Living in that bubble is what caused that. We have a bubble to where we feel like the world is mine, and most people, they just a punk in it. If you look at it that way, the minute you think you got it like that, and the minute you think that people are doing what you want them to do, things are working in your favor, you'll lose it because of your mindset and the way how you think. So I always look at it as, a positive when it comes to rejection. As far as the bubble, don't live in it. Once you live in it, it's like, okay, damn, I can't grow because now I got stubbornness and pride in my way. So those are two things you have to keep in mind. One thing about me, I'm self-taught in a lot of stuff. I don't watch YouTube videos to try to learn it. I don't sit up here and take no classes. I was a class clown. I barely paid attention in most cases. Sometimes I was able to pass just because I wanted to. Sometimes I failed just because I wanted to. It's all about how much effort I wanted to put off in it. If I felt like a lot of times a teacher would sit up here and take off because I did it differently than her, but we both got the same answer. So that's why I never liked school like that, because it's like we got the same answer, but you didn't do it the proper way and take the proper steps I wanted you to, so I'm gonna have to take off of that. Well, hell, what am I here for? I can use what I know, the same thing she know, and use it in my personal life to where I'm able to sit up here and do something differently. Same thing when it goes to business. It's the difference between being a business person, being a hustler. A hustler don't have passion and don't want to understand how to deal with people. That's all about making a quick dollar, trial and errors happen, and they don't want to fix it. They don't want to learn from it. They treat people bad sometimes, and it's all about, hey, you got to be about the money. It's all about the money, not about the talent. You hear that all the time. You got to be passionate in whatever you're doing. Even if it's something you don't like, still give it your all. If you're on a job that you don't like, still give it your all, because all it's doing is teaching you how to do things when you're not at that job. You can use anything that's being taught or that you learn and apply it in your personal life. I do it all the time. So I always want to see other people win. If you're in a bubble, you might get mad because somebody winning or somebody surpassing you up. I congratulate anybody. Whether they surpassing me up, whether they behind, whether they far ahead, I don't care. I'm not competing with other people. What you compete with is a better you, self-improvement in you. And that's what matters the most. Some things come to me easy. It come to me easy, but I can sit up here and say, damn, that's easy. You can't do that? Well, I shouldn't be able to say that, because guess what? That's what I'm good at. That's what's a gift inside of me. So I can't knock them if they had to take a different route to learn it a different way. They might have to go to school to sit up here and learn something. They might have to sit up here and watch a few videos or whatever the case to be to learn something. I ain't gonna knock it because I want to see everybody win. You know, I always remember too, quiet money, quiet wealth, whatever you want to call it, is always gonna be better than loud riches. You don't have to sit up here and put it in nobody's face, brag, showboat, stunt, whatever the case may be. You know, just keep it simple. You know, something simple is what I call it. You know, people that when they see you, they gonna see you. You know, you ain't gotta sit up here and act fly, act high side, act like you better than the next person. Oh, you know, then the minute you start losing, if that's what you're thinking in your head, because I always say you can't take a L if you mean well, but if you think you're losing, then you're gonna want to sit up here and go hide. You know, you're not gonna want to be around people because you're ashamed that you're losing. Man, I'm gonna be the same me whether I'm losing, winning, or whatever. But keep in mind, I can't lose. I can't take a L because I mean well in anything I do. So I always treat people right. I always sit up here and go for the highest. Be it on yourself. You know, ain't nobody gonna be it on you. Ain't nobody gonna know your worth like you know your worth. You know, sometimes you'll take a risk. Other people might doubt you in your risk. You know, because they don't even see the vision like you. You know, one thing I'm good at is my hands. I know how to draw, cut hair, you know, fix something, you know, in the kitchen real quick if that's what I want to do. Photography, whatever the case may be. You know, I'm good at a lot of things that I do because I'm passionate about anything I do. You know, if you're not passionate, if you got an ego to where you're going to be cocky and arrogant about it, you're going to take way more setbacks than what you should. It's okay to be confident. A lot of people mistake me as being a cocky person. But truth be told, they don't know the difference between cocky and confidence. You know, if you're confident, you don't care about what people think about you. You know, if you take a risk, you don't care if you fail because you're going to keep trying. You know, if you get rejected, you're going to be like, man, that don't bother me. Shit, I'll just try again somewhere else. You know, but if you arrogant or cocky, you're gonna feel like, man, that wasn't supposed to happen to me. They weren't supposed to sit up here and deny me or reject me from whatever the situation may be. So those are things you have to keep in mind, you know. And I always say, you know, even a broken clock is right twice a day. So even if you're a person that's broken, you still can fix it, you know. Time can heal everything, but you have to want it to heal. You know, that's something you have to keep in mind. So that's something I wanted to share with y'all. I'm out this bad boy.